Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Entombed Valley, and it's my pleasure to bring you SlayerS.Puzzle. He is in the red trunks playing Protoss to the southwest, versus his opponent, it is FXO.Leenock in the blue trunks playing Zerg to the northwest.
And these guys have had a pretty decent run so far through their respective sides, or not really sides of the bracket, but their run through the bracket here. We've had Puzzle go through FXO Whale, a Zerg player. He went through OGS Top, a well, not really pretty good. I mean, he used to be a pretty good Terran player, but everybody knows who he is. And he also went through Huang Xin and Liquid's TLO. And we have FXO.Leenock going through a Ragnarok from TSL, and of course he went through Ready, and then Sculp and TSL Center. Now they fight off in the quarterfinals, in the round of 8, on Entombed Valley once again. The slower, more played out map, but anything can happen. Depends on what strategies they do choose.
That's pretty much a good roundup of every StarCraft game ever. I don't think we actually have to cast anymore. I think we could just record that, we could play it back, get it on a dictaphone, just stick it up to the microphone. You think MLG would notice?
No.
No,
put a like poster of one of us. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, we could just actually hide behind that and just like, look at this fantastic HD quality right here and how stern-faced we are. We don't even move on camera. That's how professional we are.
And we're going to have a 15 spawning pool coming out from Leenock into regular play here. And Puzzle probably going to play pretty regular too. It's best of 3. It's the game number 1. Nobody's really going to take a risk.
Don't mess around. Yeah.
Like, in terms of statistics, I think that the gambles are taken pretty much never in the first game of a best of whatever series. Usually you come and then you'd be like, all right, this is my A game. This is my A game. How does it work out? What are the results from that? And then we start to see mind games and stuff come into play, I think.
Certainly. I think if you're going to either metagame it or you're going to be playing the player, then it's got to be someone you've prepared for. I don't think in an environment like this, you really prepare for anyone per se. You prepare for the matchups, you don't prepare for the players. This isn't the GSL, you don't get a week to actually prep and come up with some crazy stuff. So, no, I think you're absolutely right in this environment. And Leenock moves across, he sees that the Nexus will follow the Forge here for Puzzle playing nice and safe.
Yeah, and of course it is a smaller map, and we talked about it before in the previous series, where he wants to be able to get that cannon down at a decent time. A second pylon will throw down for Puzzle 2, so that he can continue that pro production. And right now, Puzzle did go in to check his opponent, had he got gas or not. He did not see any gas, and did return immediately to try and get that probe away from the Zerglings that are now on their way across the map. And you can see that the distances between these bases, if he had decided to go right at Puzzle, he probably would have got in quite easily with these Zerglings.
Yeah, he would have, honestly. He would have. He maybe lose 1 or 2, but he could have done a little bit of damage and just been generally annoying. Hasn't done that, however. Both of these guys not messing around, and I have to imagine there's a great deal of respect between these two players.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they both played each other many, many times before. I mean, playstyles do come into play. It's not really player strategies that people work around. It's more, well, this guy is aggressive, or this guy's actually really passive, or this guy likes this kind of play style. So that's what they could be thinking about each other. But Puzzle's usually the clever Protoss player, actually. He's, or had have shown so many different new styles of play, whether it be, you know, DT Expands was one of the old builds he used to do. So very excited to see what he's going to bring to the table, or if he's just going to play a very normal, straight-up game. But those choices will need to be made soon now, as he knows his opponent, or he will find out about his opponent's 3 hatcheries, and then that's when the decisions need to come in.
Indeed. So what we've got is 2 gas so far here from Puzzle. Nothing out of the ordinary as of yet. We haven't seen it coming. We will see once the Cybernetics call comes down. It will be a pretty early +1 here, so we could once again just be seeing that gateway-based Zealot harassment. But the thing is, +1 isn't really indicative of any sort of late-game strategy, just as an opener.
He's actually kind of boosting out the Stalker, and he's got it waypointed towards the 3rd base. But, you know, before we look at that, the Zealot does make its way to the natural, and does actually force a cancel on a P-Tumor and seize the 3rd hatchery, because he did get the other scout of the other hatch earlier. But with the Stalker being chrono boosted over to the 3rd base, he may try to take a really fast 3rd base here.
Only a possibility. Is going to actually pull that off. He spots the Overlord, so he's going to be able to push that into the base and then maybe tickle it to death with a sentry, perhaps. So it's always nice to get rid of that. I have to wonder if Leenock is now feeling just a little bit suspicious. Like, why is there a Stalker there so early?
Yeah, and now the Overlord will die, but with Puzzle building a pylon on the right-hand side of the destructible rock, and he's using the cannon to bring them down, he's absolutely going to take a really fast third base here, and to be honest, that's really good, because what can his opponent do? He doesn't have Ling speed, he actually has a Roach 1 being built early, before Ling speed, before Layer, so it looks like Leenock's going to, he understands what's going on already, just by that Overlord going down and being pushed away, so he may try to pressure this, but it won't work. Puzzle's already walled in.
Yeah, he's walled in, he's got a photon cannon, he can very easily bring more units into play, and Leenock could absolutely confirm it now. He's going to pop up the ramp. He did spot the cannon actually firing on the rocks there, so he knows what's going on. He immediately, as a reaction, throws down a lair and 10 more drones.
Yeah, he may not try to do anything. Now he sees that the wall-off is complete and the rocks are pretty much done. So he definitely, with the Roach 1 being out early, could have done something there. He also could have been ready to defend against a +1 attack as well, in case it was a fake out. But now he knows, well, I can't do anything. This is in Toon Valley. This is a map that really does favor passive play from the Protoss player because they are up 2 ramps, which is really easy to force field. So to be honest, he will most likely just drone and take a 4th base, and then as soon as the hatchery is turned into a lair, will most likely throw down a infestation pit. To be honest, with the gases that he hasn't taken, he could take them soon and go Spire 2, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm intrigued, certainly. It does give Leenock a really nice start when it comes to the drone count. It's already kind of silly. We're looking at 68 drones at the 8-minute mark, and add another 5 as well going into that. And now just a few roaches, not going excessively into roaches as of yet. He could have built more than that, but just a few, just to make sure any kind of harassment can be dealt with.
Yeah, and you can't really do any aggression with them, so exactly what you said, it's just that. And with the 5th and 6th gas now taken, I expect Leenock to just go ahead and take a 4th base. And right now that Puzzle's set up on 3 bases, he can continue to upgrade a +2. He's adding on gateways because he hasn't had any gateways all game, going up to a total of 7. And things are very slow and passive for Puzzle. He's not looking to move out anytime soon. He's looking to sit back, upgrade, maybe throw down a robotics bay as well, and the extra gases on his 3rd base to start to build up a higher tech kind of army. And Leenock now has taken that 4th base. But look at Leenock, he's actually upgrading melee attack, showing us that he isn't playing roaches. He's actually going to go for an infestation pit and probably straight across up to Hive. But ooh, yeah, with the Spire coming down, he's going to play the aggressive Spire Ling play, and the Baneling Nest to back it up.
Bailing Muta, you know, a nice classic little style. It used to be used more than against Terrans than anything else, but it works perfectly well against Protoss. Protoss have been struggling quite a bit lately to deal with mass Muta, and of course Mutaling is totally viable.
And the Observer on the left-hand side tried to go in, was pushed away from an Overseer and a set of Queens, and Leenock is trying to hide the Spire play from his opponent, of course. Naturally, he's trying to hide it. And if he doesn't know about the Spire play, he can't react to the Spire play. And the perfect reaction is immediately throw down the Templar Archives to get Storm, so we'll see if Puzzle can get in to find out what's going on.
Yeah, and at the moment he's not doing especially well in that regard. He's going to spot another expansion. He's going to spot a lot of drones transferring. The drone count's actually at 89. Incredibly high here for Leenock, but I mean, why not? It's not like Puzzle's actually pressured him at any point. Why not build drones?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. He gets a great economy and great set of casts. The Observer, though, on the 3rd base is about to go in. He sees a Bailing Nest, which is a little bit weird in itself. Seeing it researching the Bailing speed, too. Is he going to get the Hive of Scout? No.
Doesn't see the Spire. Doesn't see the Spire.
Sucks.
Yeah, that really sucks, actually. That's going to limit his response.
He actually, wait a minute. He threw down the Templar Archives, then cancelled it. Oh, I think that he kind of knew it. In his mind, he must have been like, why has he got a Bailing Nest? But he throws down the Robotics Bay.
No, he has completely misread that, and that is going to cause him a hell of a lot of problems coming in here. The Muta count is about to come in. We'll see what he spots, actually. Are there any Mutas? There is a single Mutalisk being built on the main, which he may even miss that, actually. It's possible. Depends where the Mutalisk actually ends up moving to.
Mutalisk harassing the natural. Puzzle chases them away. So now he knows what he's fighting against, and there is the Templar Archives coming down immediately, so he will be going over to Storm. And right now, Puzzle has to defend all 3 bases. He's building cannons. He's got a Warp Prism to harass at the same time, which is pretty smart. You consider the mutants should be all around his base, and if he can get out, that's amazing. Right now, all he has to do is defend, wait for Storm, and then he can start to look to move out to a 4th war attack.
Exactly. Storm being the answer to Mass Mutalisk and also being a great answer to Link Baneling. Pressure coming in already on the third base. Force field immediately put in place of that pylon. Nicely done. Does power down 2 gateways, though.
Yeah, so he's going to have to rebuild that pylon, but great backup force field. That could have been ugly if the Lings had got it.
It could have, yeah, definitely.
Infestation Pit and a 5th base. So he will be wanting to continue with his upgrades to 2-2 and can start to go to Hive soon as well while continuing to harass with these Mutalisks. And with the Hive he can go to Greater Spire as well, and of course the upgrades from the Spire that he's about to complete +1 will go over to Brood Lords, which is always great. But so far so good for his opponent Puzzle, who's defended rather well against the Mutants. They haven't done anything yet.
No, he hasn't, and he's even actually managed to get a Warp Prism out, which is usually something that you don't necessarily want to risk doing if there's a large Mutalisk count, but at the moment he knows where the Mutas are because they're constantly trying to harass. They are the opposite side of the map, so he can go in for that Warp attack up to the top.
And let's see right now, does Puzzle throw down a bunch of gateways to try and go with a Storm timing, or does he try to move out now as Storm is near completion to take a 4th base? And with the Stargate going down, he's going to take a 4th base because he wants to go to Mothership soon because he knows that, of course, the greatest Spy will be on its way as well.
Certainly, and here's the warp, and he actually drops it off and heads to where I guess he thinks there might be another base. There isn't one, so he doesn't really have info on that. In the meantime, the Mutalisk pressure comes in once again. Storm landing, doing a reasonable amount of damage, and when it comes to dealing with Mutalisks and Storm, it's not down to necessarily killing them with the first Storm, it's down to attrition, wearing Mutalisks down so they can be easily then picked off by Stalkers.
Absolutely, and at the same time, Zealots bring down
Big
that important 5th base there. So great little move with the Warp Prism, and that's going to slow his opponent down. And now that 4th base is slowly going to come here for Puzzle. And like you said, he's already worn down the Mutalisk, so Mutalisks are actually going to have to be written off the board. Get that Eraser, get rid of them because they're no longer useful. Now Storm is out, now Blink Stalkers are at +3. They'll try and do something, but to be honest, I don't think Puzzle's going to let him at all.
No, I don't think so, and they regenerate health very, very slowly. It's a little bit risky. He should be able to force a cancel here, but he'd have to sacrifice mutants to make it happen, and it doesn't look like Leenock's actually willing to do that at this stage. There's the fleet beacon coming down, Mothership to back this up, and Neural Parasite already being researched for Leenock. He knows, they both know. The question is who executes it better.
4 Zealots at the top right, find a drone, find a hatchery.
Very nice. Lucky timing, really. Oh, no cancel.
Yeah, so things looking so good for Puzzle, and that's really nice harassment so far from what he's done. And his 4th base will go up absolutely uncontended, and Leenock right now sends a handful of Lings, more of sacrificial Lings.
Exactly.
Just wants to have a look around, scout, get rid of him, doesn't care for Lings anymore. And the Greatest Spy is on its way, but right now Puzzle playing this very smartly. Just waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for those, or for the Mothership to be out, waiting that he can make Archons as well.
Yep, Leenock's eventually, anyway, manages to pick off those Zealots that were harassing up to the top. And interestingly enough, noticed we've got Ventral Sacs and we have Banelings here as well. This is something we did see an awful lot of from the one and only Demaga in DreamHack, using Baneling drops.
Does he have Ventral Sacs?
He was researching it. Did he? Oh, he cancelled it. Never mind. Yeah, he's cancelled it. He was researching it. And
it could have been a misclick, yeah. Because I mean, I think the hotkey for it is V, and at the same time, that's to build an Overlord too. So if he was building Overlords, he could have messed up and done that.
Certainly.
But that's a very risky considering the Storm and Blink out. But 8 and an Ultralisk Cavern, just giving options as well. Natural, and they're going to get a bit of damage done. There's not really too much there.
No, there really isn't. There's a few Stalkers here and there. Picks off, cancels a building. Now has to build another one. The Baneling Mines to the bottom also have now been picked up here by Puzzle as well. Baneling Mines always an interesting choice against Protoss, bearing in mind that they barely if ever do damage to the army because there's almost always an observer with them. Yeah,
it's such a potluck maneuver. Sometimes you can, I mean, I've actually done that before, and sometimes, like, 6 High Templar walk over it, and you're like, oh my god, jackpot, ding, 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 ding. But that happens just as much as it happens in real life too, guys. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it's not something you usually see, honestly. Maybe in New Jersey, but aside from that, no. We've got Leenock now moving around once again, looking to try and at least get his army together so that he can get a decent push and push from the center where he's actually got that creep maneuverability advantage. The Brood Lord count is looking a bit scary now.
Yeah, it's actually really, really scary. And another scary part of this story too is that the reinforcements will be Ultralisk. And that's something that Puzzle will not be prepared for. He doesn't know about the Ultralisk coming, he doesn't know about this. And right now, Leenock has a great position set up on this floor.
Yes, he does. Perfect position. In fact, he can actually move in over that void area, which is very difficult to get good angles of attack from those Stalkers. The Mothership is now coming in. The Archon count's pretty high, and it comes down once again to the Vortex once he's got the energy for it, which is not going to be for another 20 seconds.
And we have Zealots making their way up the right-hand side as well, and they're going to try and aim for that top right hatchery, and if they bring that down, that's going to be very frustrating here, but at the same time, Leenock has a very strong army that, well, actually, looking at his army, he's got so much supply in Mutalisk, that will be his downfall here. Mutas will do absolutely nothing at this stage of the game.
Oh, no, they will not, and he doesn't have the critical mass required to take on that number of Stalkers either, so how does this end up working out? Well, we could see the High Templar go in to try and storm, do some damage to Mutas, pop some Banelings more importantly, so this engagement is actually looking pretty good here for Puzzle. If he nails it down, he's got the Vortex energy he needs now. One storm, a couple of feedbacks go in as well, so that has worn down those Broodlords quite heavily, and the Banelings can't move in under a constant curtain of Stormfire, but here it is, another storm as the Mutas go in right now, and the Neural Parasite on the Mothership, he's got it, but he loses that almost immediately. He's not able to pop the Vortex out, doesn't get the time, and Leenock losing his entire army here.
Yeah, that's, oh god damn it, it's like he wanted to lose that army, but look at that, 10 Ultras and Lings on the way. This is the follow-up, and that will catch his opponent off guard by far, because they are fully upgraded Ultras. There's no Immortals in here. Yes, no. Stalkers are going to be good, but they do not have +3 yet, and this is going to be a big, big surprise here. And if he kills this army, and I swear to God, if he kills this army, Leenock can still easily win this game.
Yeah, he can, absolutely. He's already remaxed out. It's unbelievable how quick that was. From 120 supply to 200 incredibly quickly there. More Banelings on the way. The Ultras are about to pop. This Forest of Spine Crawlers will give him the time he needs to get that. Also lands a really nice fungal in here as well. The Templar count not all that high. Feedback's not really following up. There we go. A couple pop here for Puzzle. And now the pressure coming in right here on the 4th and the 5th base. But the Ultralisks are about to connect, and this is where things get messy.
Yeah, the Ultras are going to tear this army apart, but he cannot afford to lose too many bases. If he loses that north base, which he does, and then if he loses the top right base as well, his economy will be down the toilet.
Oh, recall!
Uses recall to get rid of his army. Great little
So nice. So nice. He was trapped there. It was really nice indeed. But I don't think he's going to be taking that 5th base out by the looks of it. The store count isn't high enough, and the Ultralisk should be able to clean it up. He may actually just sit there, sacrifice them, use Blink. He could still get it. It's on 200 health, 100. A couple more volleys, and he actually nails it down. Really nicely done there as his force is cleaned out. And as you accurately pointed out, yes, that cost him a lot, but he did kill the 2 really active mining bases of Leenock, leaving him with an almost mined out natural. The 3rd is pretty much mined out as well, and even his 4th base is starting to look a little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, his income will start to drop a little bit now, but he still has a lot of money in the bank, so he will be able to build another army anyway. But the problem is now is that surprise Ultralisk attack, yeah, it isn't really a surprise anymore. There's Immortals out. There's about to be 4 Immortals, and they have +3 attack and +3 armor here. So they're actually going to be really, really strong. There is another Vortex available to cut the Ultralisk army in half, and Puzzle now has probably the weapons necessary to bring this Ultralisk army down.
I would think so. He's got a hell of a lot of Zealots in this army, which is quite surprising. There's 100 drones on the field for Leenock. 100 drones. He definitely needs to reduce that count, certainly. Far too many for the number of mining bases he's got at the moment. His army's very, very small. But here comes that engagement against the Ultras. Storm coming down as well. Not exactly effective against Ultralisk, but the numbers, they're just enough. The Zealots get carved into tiny paste, but Puzzle is able to smash his way through the remaining Ultralisks and kill off their Infestor support as well.
Yeah, the element of surprise is gone, and so are the Ultralisks combined with that. And now all of a sudden, Leenock finds himself in a position, well, what do I build now? Do I go back to Broodlords? Do I build Ultras and die? Well, he doesn't really know what to do. As you can see, he's building Ling Infestor, and that's actually terrible against what's there. The one saving grace of Leenock here is there's no aggressive pilot anywhere. There's no Warp Prism, so this army is priests.
Yep, he's got to rely on it. And there's a Storm directly on top of the Colossus to clean up those Lings. Nicely played there. Loses the Templar in the process. Unfortunately, the Archons smash their way through the 5th. Once again, there is no big response coming in from Leenock as of yet, who is desperately trying to buy time.
And it looks like Puzzle may send a small army up to kill that hatchery again in the top right and return back, which is the best thing available. He sends 3 Immortals, because now he knows that the Immortals are useless, right? There will not be Ultras again in this game, so he's using them to kill the hatcheries combined with Zealots. And if Lings don't shoot across there, then he'll get to the top right hatch, which is the important one as well. And a Mothership's on the way, Broodlords have gone back against with tech, and the Immortals are on their way. They are trying to get that hatch.
They are. I don't think they're going to make it, honestly. The Lings come in from the back here, and even with those armor upgrades and shield upgrades, I don't think that's going to happen, as you can clearly see there. But actually, the Link count is just not quite enough. It looks like a single Immortal's going to live through that.
Yeah, +3 armor, +1 shields, +3 attack. Pretty nice, yeah, indeed. But the big problem right now is that this is once again gone over to Broodlords and Ling Infester, but it hasn't got the power punch anymore. It hasn't got the I'm in the lead of economy, I've got 5 bases versus your 3. No, Puzzle has absolutely everything on in terms of income on the map. He has every base in the bottom right here, which is great for him. And he has the ability to just make units consistently. Colossus, High Templar, Motherships. And one thing we are missing is probably carrier add-ons, but he's probably feeling so confident that he doesn't need it.
That Storm goes down to repress that second Storm as well. The Templar get ripped apart for their trouble, unfortunately. Leenock now with a decent force of Banelings and a hell of a lot of Infestors backing this up. So one way or the other, Puzzle's in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, the problem is there's no creep. Actually, look at the right-hand side base.
Oh,
the
Infestors,
position.
yeah.
Infested Terrans do come out to help out. They will slow the mining down a little bit, but I guess the big story is Puzzle really going to whitewash this army, which he's looking to do so?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, it really is. That's a lot of Infestors, a good Broodlord count. There is a Mothership. It still doesn't have Vortex energy, though, so once again, he's just got to sit here and try and hold until that Vortex comes up.
Yeah, he's killing a lot of Broodlings. Only a couple of energy left. He has a very strong army. Puzzle's absolutely going to jump at this opportunity as soon as that 100 energy is still.
Yeah, the question is, does Leenock hang around to make that happen? A nice little blink comes in here to try and target down a few Infestors, and behind that, in comes the Mothership, and the Vortex is a miss. And that actually, Leenock captured it, I think, and threw a Vortex down with the Neural Parasite just before he got into range of the Broodlords. Incredibly nice move there by Leenock.
And right now, the Puzzle's going to win the game, unfortunately. There's no Infestors left. Everything goes pop as the Archons go bing. And now the Broodlords are left so vulnerable.
Yes, they are. Even though that was a nice maneuver, there was not enough on the ground to deal with that. Puzzle goes in for the cleanup right here. Leenock getting cleaned up himself. And, oh, there's the blink on the Infestors, so they try and get away as well. He realizes no way he's getting away from that at all. And things looking rough right now for Leenock, who's not out of the game yet, but it's looking pretty close.
Yeah, this is a time where I think that Leenock has to build Ultras again. He hasn't got time to build Broodlords, but Puzzle's walking across the map, morphing, the 3 more Brooders get morphed, but he doesn't have time to build a decent army. And Puzzle will go kill the hatcheries once again, slow his opponent's economy down. And Puzzle actually is in great shape. He has 3 Colossus Immortals left, despite losing that Mothership. It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah, I don't think so at this stage. Puzzle's remaxed out again. Leenock really doesn't have an answer to this right now. Trying to burn through his bank, still just not able to clean up the army that's coming in his direction. It's so well upgraded, it's so well composed. What do you throw up against an army like that? And at this stage, I don't see what you can.
Yeah, there's nothing really Leenock can do anymore. He's trying to build up another army, but he's had so many opportunities to do so, and it's not going to work. There are Infested Terrans on that 5 o'clock base again, but that's the least of Puzzle's warriors right now. He doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly. There's no range upgrades on them. They're not going to go through all that fast. And here it comes once again as the Archon Battering Ram makes its way through the 4th. It looks like he's going to finally break this at this stage. Puzzle losing a lot of supply. Leenock is holding on really well because Puzzle can't quite get to the Broodlords as of yet. Puzzle bleeding very badly here, surprisingly. If Leenock holds this will be fantastic for him. The Broodlords have done so much.
Yeah, they've done a lot, and he may actually be able to hold on just about, but the reinforcements he will not be able to deal with. Look how many Stalkers just got morphed in the top right, and he's going to blink down, pick off the hatch, and probably just bring the Colossus back and then join up with the Stalkers, and then he'll go for the final killing blow.
Yep, that's 18 gateways in action, even a Dark Shrine actually being added in there. It's like, hey, there's some tech I don't have, might as well build that too. And these Stalkers are so well upgraded. +3 shields is about to finish. You rarely ever see that. And once they get on the Broodlords, which is what they're looking to do right now, there's the blink, and Puzzle looking for the cleanup right here. Leenock dips below 70 supply, and there's the GG.
Yeah, good game.